Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Greek TV. We're always glad you can make it here with us every Saturday at 3 p.m. We hope you had a Merry, Merry Christmas with your families, friends, and loved ones, and we're looking forward to a great new year. Sit back and enjoy our program.
From the land that brought us heroes and myths, gods and goddesses, comes the legendary olive oil. Money, 100% pure Greek olive oil.
Greek life starts with the Hellenic Journal, the only Greek-American newspaper published in the western United States. For over 30 years, this monthly guide delivers news about Greece, your local community, Greek organizations, special features, sports, dancing, and much more. The Hellenic Journal is delivered to your home or office for just $35 per year. To subscribe, please call 831-899-3699 or email at info@hellenicjournal.org. Yasu.
For all of your real estate concerns in San Francisco and the Bay Area, call Azari Property Management, where Manzar Azari Evangelatos will take care of all of your real estate needs in a professional manner. Visit our website or call 415 800-377-4115. Our company, ATA Financial Group Incorporated, can help you with loans and any kind of insurance. Azari Property Management, helping the Greek community.
My home church was St. Nicholas, and in fact, during that period when I was 17, 18 years old, Father Mastandoni's wife, Presbytera, and Father Mastandoni's was very famous, he founded a Logos. She fixed me up with my first date back when I was about 16, 17 years old. So, my connections are far, wide, and deep.
Well, let's talk a little bit now about your job at the Senate. What are your priorities as a senator in the Silicon Valley?
Yes, I am most honored to represent Silicon Valley, and I also feel that I represent the entire Greek community, being the only Greek American currently in either house. And I have now been in both houses, formerly the Assembly and now the State Senate. As a senator, I say this also as a mother and as a yaya. My grandchildren are 6 and 2 years old. Education will always be really important to me, and I started out as a high school mathematics teacher. I have a bachelor's degree in mathematics and a master's degree in guidance and counseling education, so left brain, right brain. So education is really important to me, and there's so much that we need to do there to see that every single child gets a good education. And it also turns out I do a lot in health care. I chair the Senate Budget Subcommittee, a very large piece of the whole state budget on health, human services, and then labor and veterans as they relate to health and human services. And then I'm on health committee. I chair a subcommittee of health on aging and long-term care. I chair a select committee on economic competitiveness and emerging technologies. I just held a hearing at Moffett Field NASA Ames on green technology 2 days ago. And so I do a lot in healthcare, and we're doing a lot in this area right now. The other two areas, and I try and work on everything, like a typical Greek American, I'm a very, very hard worker. Proud of my dad being the Greek bartender, my mother being, the community volunteer, but also being the bouncer at my dad's cocktail lounge when the bouncer didn't show up.
Yeah.
She could do anything. And so my parents really modeled all these things for me. They didn't have to say them to me. It was just with their behavior that I knew was important to work hard, to be honest. I grew up thinking everybody told the truth. It's not always the case, but I grew up in a family where I could depend on being safe and being told the truth. So anyway, education and healthcare. A third area where I do a lot is public safety. Governor Schwarzenegger last year signed my bill into law that was the strongest measure, legislation to come out of any state legislature in the United States on sexual predators. And this was a bill that I had support from Dems and Republicans. In fact, out of the 40 senators, only one person voted against it. Happened to be a person in my own party who meant to abstain, but then because you cannot go from voting abstention to yes or no, you have to vote no. It's a process anyway. And then, so public safety, I do a great deal, and I think public safety is important to our entire community. It should not be a Democratic value. It should not be a Republican value. I want my children, my grandchildren to be safe. I'm 63 years old. I want to be safe. I want everybody to be safe, and we need strong laws to deal with that. The fourth area where I do a lot, and that's because I come out of Silicon Valley, is I do a lot on info nano biotechnology, and right now really getting into the green technology because I really want to see Silicon Valley be the real power behind a green technology. There is so much we can do that will not only help California, will not only help the United States, but it will help the world. And we owe that as human beings to have a civilized society all over the world. And one of the basics people should have is energy. many places in the world, probably even some places in Greece, where people still do not have that. So I work on everything. I could cite legislation I've had signed into law on all these different topics. Governor just signed 7 of my 9 bills, which is probably the highest percentage of anybody in the legislature. I thought the other 2 bills were really good too, that he did not sign. There's a lot to do.
You're very, very involved, obviously. When are you running for re-election?
I'm up for re-election next year. It is hard for me to believe. In the state Senate, with current term limits, I hope they would change a little bit, but with current term limits, we are only allowed to run twice. And in the state Senate, it's for a 4-year term each time. So I am now beginning my 4th year in the state Senate and up for re-election next year.
Let me ask you, what is your favorite motto? How do you run your life?
Oh, it would be just do it.
Keeping active and just go for it.
Just go for it. Just do it. And it's my personal model. It's for my staff. I'm a pragmatist, and I think I'm probably pretty action oriented. I try and balance it with a very thoughtful. I'm a thoughtful problem solver. And it's not to say that every decision I've reached would be necessarily correct looking back on it 10 or 20 years, but I try and get good information. I always try and look at all sides, because there's usually more than 2 sides to a story. There's usually several sides. So I try and look at everything, and rely on good staff to help me with that. And then as a good Greek American, I just sort of make a good decision from my mind, my spirit, and my heart.
What are 1 or 2 achievements that you are proud of?
I think one of my proudest achievements is this bill that it was SB 1128 that I had signed into law on sexual violent predators. We have a real problem in California with people who molest, who violate our children, as well as elderly people and everyone in between. And so for me, on a topic that was extremely controversial, to be able to write legislation that really created strong penalties, as well as a thoughtful process for how to deal with people, as well as how to protect people, and then to get it through both houses with a 99% voting rate in both houses, when some people thought that nobody could do it. And eventually they said only somebody like Elaine Alquist, or I would say Elaine KONTOMINAS Alquist, could do it, because it takes working with a lot of people, but still staying focused on the goal.
Do you have any hobbies, Elaine?
Oh, my favorite thing is I love to dance. And as I get older, and I'm 63 now, I still love to dance. And certainly I love all kinds of music. I played classical piano when I was 11 years old. My parents didn't have much, but my mother bought a used baby grand, which I still have. It was used when I was a small child. And I played operas when I was 11, 12 years old. Don't do that anymore. I'd like to do some other creative things. I would love to learn how to paint and sculpt, and I don't really have free time, but I also know that I need to make time. And of course, my most favorite thing besides dancing, even more important than dancing, is to be with my grandchildren and my family.
And that's probably your greatest happiness, right?
It is. It is my greatest joy. I believe in having joy, and the only thing better than being a state senator is being a mother to Peter and Brian, and being a yaya to Jasmine and Logan. Just fills me with joy.
That's wonderful. Elaine, thank you very much for being here. We're very honored to have you, and we hope to see you very soon again.
I hope so.
And we'll be helping you, of course. The whole community will be helping you for your re-election effort.
Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ.